The Young and the Restless spoilers for Y&R on Thursday, May 28, causing viewers to see an encore episode aired on October 11, 2003. In the episode, J.T. Hellstrom, Thad Luck and Bill Will is concerned when Colleen Carlton, Lindsay Fonseca, doesn't know him as planned at the store. After a call to Cody Dixon, Brody Hutzler, at Crimson Lights, JT will discover that Colleen will come to Ginny's house. At Ginny's house, a scary scene opens. Colleen will be in the locked fridge, while Kevin Fisher, Greg Ricard, spills flammable fuel throughout the restaurant, preparing to set fire where Colleen is inside. Kevin will be sad because Colleen introduced him to Neil Winters, Christophe St. John, and he will prepare to fire to get Colleen to pay. Inside the fridge, Colleen will fall to the floor crying. Meanwhile, Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, will realize that she will spend the night with Neil. Lily will be sad, thinking that her parents will never leave her alone, and she will feel ashamed when Colleen and Sierra Hoffman, Asia Smith, tell Neil about Lily's relationship with Kevin. Neil will try to speak a bit about Lily, saying that Kevin may be charged with rape. Forbidden to see Lily, Crystal Khalil, does not suit Kevin, Greg Ricard. He got off the rails completely and locked his best friend, Colleen, then Lindsay Fonseca, in the restaurant's freezer. She kicked the door, screamed and begged for help, but to no avail. He intended to kill her. Kevin poured alcohol everywhere he wanted to catch fire. Stopped when Lily doesn't match Kevin, Greg Ricard. He got off the rails completely and locked his best friend, Colleen, then Lindsay Fonseca, in the restaurant's freezer. His kicks, screams and pleas will fuel his anger as he fires a great fire. Meanwhile, Neil, Christophe St. John, does his best to decode for his daughter. She may think Kevin cares about her, but there's no way a grown man can care about a teenager. Neil means what he said when he intended to keep Lily safe. Talking about bad romances, Brittany, Lauren Woodland, and Bobby, John Enos, happily at the council dinner. Her parents will be there and will not be happy to see their daughter in hand. He is a slime, but what can they do? She is a mature woman after all. For the gala, some other women did a scene too. Phyllis, Michelle Stafford, discusses the movie with Diane. Victoria steals Diane's attention. Lauren flirts with anyone who looks at her, and Nikki, Melody Thomas Scott, and Sharon Case, almost cause a fight. Since this is not enough, Victor, Eric Braden, causes a stir. He has some chosen words or his enemies, and even some friends, and they better sit and listen. Do you understand? Meanwhile, Ashley, Eileen Davidson, is recovering from the loss of her son. His depression is getting worse, and Brad, Don Diamont, is afraid that he will never find himself. He asks them to seek help, but Ashley doesn't want to talk to anyone.
Devon's and Elena's romance may eventually face a threat from Amanda, just like his late wife, Hillary, in The Young and the Restless. However, the external display, Bryden James and Brittany Sarpy, portraits of Devon and Elena, are strong and solid. The duo, who shared their relationship through their own personal Instagram account, recently posted that they are celebrating their one-year wedding anniversary. Feeling like forever and yesterday. At the same time, Sarpy posted on social media, "Happy year at Bryton James." Her boyfriend took action and said, "Spend one with one, it seems I won." Bryton James posted back, "Yours friends, including Loren Lott, ex-Anna, Melissa Claire Egan, Chelsea, and Melissa Ordway, Abby, all clapped and applauded the heart symbol to support the couple in love." This couple is not the first soap pair to share coils in real life with each other. Last year, Melody Thomas Scott, Nikki, met her husband Edward, who currently oversees producers at The Bold and the Beautiful, when he was the producer at The Young and the Restless. Former All My Children stars Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, former Haley and former Mateo, met when he was in the ABC movie. Otherworld stars Mary Page Keller, ex-Sally, and Thomas Ian Griffith, ex-Catelyn, met on NBC soap opera and got married in real life. And, of course, there's Bill and Susan Seaforth Hayes, Doug, and Julie, from Days of Our Lives. They met on the NBC series during the daytime and got married in 1974. 2 years later, the scribes in the program to get married couples. Screen. The Young and the Restless spoilers, May 27 throwback spoilers, Kevin's dangerous revenge plot, Nikki and Sharon fight at the Newman Ranch. Looks like there's another episode CBS The Young and the Restless spoilers haven't seen, and we're excited to watch it. This also makes this throwback spoiler from October 10, 1993 more of a speculation piece like our normal spoilers, but that's half the run of it. It gives us a chance to get into the characters' heads and try to figure out what they're planning. In this case, there is a history here, so we have a few clues, but if anyone remembers this episode, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments at the end of the article. Kevin's muck-up. To say Kevin Fisher, Greg Rickhart, has had a colorful past is putting it mildly. Most of his life is full of things he wishes he hadn't done or been involved with, but that's part of growing up and living life. In his case, he had enough people around him that cared enough not to follow through on their impulses to kill him time and again, and do what they could to help him turn his life around. Though the temptation is always there, he's done a good job at being a good person lately. But back in 1993, he had far different ideas. For whatever the reason at the time, it appears he set fire to his half-brother, Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc's boat and caused it to explode. Why he did this and what may have gone down between he and Michael are things we'll have to wait to see. Judging by Michael's reaction in the preview when the boat explodes, we're given the opportunity to wonder if Kevin makes it off the boat or not. Of course, we know he survived as he's still around current day, but that doesn't mean this won't tug at the heartstrings or get our blood pumping. CBS The Young and the Restless spoilers think this may have been the moment, or one of them, that scared him straight. Or as straight as he could be at the time. Nikki and Sharon crave attention. One can't help but wonder how many times Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, wondered why he got involved with so many women. It's a fair question given how Genoa City's James Bond 2.0 has moved.
If Jill called him the great Victor Newman now, he probably choked on his words. It is so hard to believe that Hope was Adam's mother. She was so nice, sweet and innocent, and Adam wasn't. It is really a case of as a father, as a son. Watch out, Genoa City, whenever Lily is behind the wheel, driving. Neil certainly had more luck than Hillary later. Dude, Lily was really spinning out of control on the ice. How fun to watch an actress playing a character in one episode one day and seeing another actress playing the same character the next day. First, we saw Heather Tom giving her opinion on Victoria Newman, and the next thing you know, Amelia Heaney was playing Victoria. Presto Chongo. Wow, Ted Shackelford, I miss seeing you as one of your characters, William or Jeffrey Bardwell. And, believe it or not, I even miss Gloria. Between the constant intrusion into her children's lives and the search for her own glory, there was never a dull moment when Gloria was around. William and Jeffrey found this out the hard way. Wouldn't it be interesting if Y&R offered a week of episodes in which several members of the Y&R cast honored guest stars from the past, with whom they especially enjoyed working during the series? The guest star in question can be introduced at the beginning, before showing the episode. That would be a lot of fun, and it might even be a little revealing. Until next time, stay tuned. And be careful and please stay safe. When Malcolm entered Neil's office in 1994, the look on Neil's face pretty much said it all. Neil was not at all happy to see his little brother lost a long time ago, half-brother. With his devilish attitude, Malcolm found Neil a little stuffy, even though Malcolm was impressed by his brother's office. A skeptical Neil heard Malcolm volunteer as a changed man who, after finishing high school, got a job as a mechanic. While Neil waited for Malcolm to be passing by, Malcolm was ready to stick around, and, boy, the fans were happy for him. The brothers fought with such anguish and entertainment in their rivalry, until Malcolm placed bets and left town. In 2005, it was the Winters family to rescue when a lion stared at Devon at the zoo. The feral kitten looked at Devon as if he were a tasty snack, so it's no wonder he was shaking in boots. Devon, not the lion. As he slowly descended the steps to prevent Devon from being the beast's dinner, a brave Malcolm gave his best depiction of Mighty Mouse, you know, cats like mice, almost shouting, "Here I am going to save the day," when he became the feline whisper, although it seemed to be whispering more to Devon than to the lion. Malcolm held out his hands to the lion, as if he wanted to enter, while Neil grabbed Devon and rushed him safely. Alive. Our heroes. Thus, Devon alternates alive to be a member of the Winters family. Such a happy ending. In California, Neil, Nick and Phyllis got together and looked for runaway teenagers Lily and Daniel, while the two young parakeets strolled on the magical beach, trying to build a fire. And abracadabra, Lily made the fire appear out of nowhere. Or in the air. With a match. Meanwhile, at home, with an empty apartment, Devon decided to look for a job. And Malcolm gave Sharon a shoulder to lean on when he saw that she was missing Cassie. Ah yes, in 2006, the Winters had already proved how important they all had become in the city of Genoa. Later, in 2006, Neil and Drusilla noted how excited they were that Devon could hear with his new cochlear implant and how excited they were about their decision to adopt the teenager. With the touch of a pen and an official legal ceremony, Devon became a legitimate member of the Winters family, although he still regretted that his mother had been ruled by drugs. But Neil and Drew shone as they expressed their pride in their son, while Lily was happy to have a brother just like that. It was certainly time for the Winterses to celebrate their new family of four, and the gifts given to Devon's new parents made the event festive. As Drew's sign said with humor, "It's a boy." It is a pity that there was not another week of stories for the Winters family after 2006, as they had a lot more stories to tell. One of the most compelling stories was when Neil and Devon pursued the sensual but self-absorbed Hillary, played by Michelle Morgan. I wish we could have seen an episode in which a blind Neil was also blind to the fact that his son was having an affair with his wife. Ah yes, Devon and Hillary certainly pulled the wool over their eyes, as Neil refused to see what was right in front of his face, even though his eyes couldn't.